Hi guys, Rob from Athletic Evolution here. Just in the car, just driving around. It's a lovely sunny day in Stirling in Scotland, which doesn't happen often, so you got to enjoy it while you can. Just had a little thought while I was kind of doing my thing, and it's about the similarities between poker and strength and conditioning, particularly with youth athletes. So I'm going to explain that because that seems pretty random. So in poker, you get dealt a set of cards. Potentially you've got a few ones that are maybe worth a bit more than others. You want to keep those up your sleeve. But also you don't want other people to see your hand, or you don't want to show your hand too soon. And the reason I'm saying that that's like youth strength and conditioning is actually, if you think about like your jack, king, queen, ace cards, etc., they're things like French contrast training, bands and chains, maybe really high-end plyos, maybe velocity-based training, those kind of things, more complex training methods that you keep up your sleeve because you want to provoke a training response. The problem is a lot of people dish those cards out really early, and people either haven't earned the right to pick up on those kind of tools and methods, or you're just throwing the kitchen sink at people too soon. So what's going to happen with that guy when you've used up all your tools at the age of 16 or 17? How are you going to keep them adapting? And a lot of the reason this is, number one, it's Instagram and people are doing all that kind of funky stuff on that. And you don't see starting strength or 5x5 or teaching someone a goblet squat on Instagram because it's not sexy. You see a lot of this other stuff. But actually, people underestimate just how far you can go with a real simple program like starting strength or 5x5. And I'll give you an example of this. So my previous role in the Borders, I had athletes who had done 3x5 for maybe months on end, and we just put a deload in every 6 weeks, and they got up to 145 for 5 on a back squat, nearly double body weight. That's pretty decent. I had another one who was a back who got up to a double body weight back squat, and that's just off a real simple program. That's a 3x5 or a 5x5. So I'm holding up my sleeve, I'm holding that ace card of complex training, and I'm holding my ace card of velocity-based training or high-end plyos or cluster sets or bands and chains. I've still got all that to use. Those guys who've thrown it at their guys at the age of 17, 18, what are you going to do next? So be smart. Treat it like a game of poker. Keep those complex training methods up your sleeve. Use the basics. Make sure you've used all those up before you move on to your high-end cards.